Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale of the Randomizer Best Ball Streams. These started as a humble little show back when COVID-19 was just a speck in all of our eyes, and look where we are now. And of course, we had to go out on top. I uncovered this little-known fantasy analyst. I just stumbled upon this guy the other day. I believe his name is Matthew Berry, but I loved the moxie I saw in this kid, and I said, I got to get him on my show. So without further ado, it is, of course, the talented Mr. Roto, Matthew Berry. How we doing?
I'm good, Peter. Thanks so much for taking a shot on me. I hope not to disappoint.
Yeah, no, I liked a lot of what you were putting out. I saw some of your stuff on the 4-Letter Network, and I was like, let's give this guy a shot. Bring him on the Randomizer stream, see what he's got.
I appreciate that. Here we go, my big shot.
Here we go. So Matthew understands what's about to go down to an extent. I am about to hop in a 12-person draft here, $3. I just did it. You guys can hop in with us if you're quick on the trigger finger. And Matthew, I have this wheel here with a bunch of randomizer prompts that we will be spinning before every pick. I assume you saw some of these suggestions coming through today?
A couple, yeah.
And are you scared? Are you
100%? 100%.
There we go. And you are in the throes of drafting season. You're coming off the marathon. Do you feel like you have your finger on the pulse?
I do. I actually have 10 pulses. I have 10 pulses, 10 fingers on 10 different pulses. So it's very exciting for me. Make it all. I'm winning this league. It doesn't matter whether it's random or not. It doesn't matter. Throw me whatever you guys got.
I can already tell you're running good because I believe this is one of the first 101s I have gotten in randomizer history. We are from the 101 slot here.
Yeah, so we're going McCaffrey.
What?
A Washington player with an ADP of 175 or higher.
With the 101 pick.
So somebody that's going after pick 175. So Terry McLaurin is out.
He's out. Steven, we missed Bryce Love, Matthew, by 2.2 picks.
You know what? So I'm going to say give me Logan Thomas.
Logan Thomas. As the 101, are you going on record? Your 101 this year is Logan Thomas?
Well, if we have to pick a Washington player with 175 or over, I would go Chris McCaffrey here. But if we have to pick with an ADP, we have to do that? Is that the rule?
No, ESPN editors, if you are listening, the poll quote is Matthew Berry's 101 is Logan Thomas. That's the poll quote.
Oh, this is awful. Am I getting a case of Bud Light? What does Logan Thomas drink? Hey, no. So wait, what are the rules of this? Do I have to do the suggestion or is it just a suggestion?
No, you have to. The chat gets really upset if you don't.
I'm going to say Logan Thomas, who I know that I think they're going to do some really interesting thing with Logan Thomas on offense this year. So I think he's a really interesting deep sleeper at the tight end position. Washington's going to be creative on offense because they have to be. So.
Are you is it Logan Thomas to you, or are you on an LT3 nickname basis with him yet?
No, it's Logan Thomas, yeah. Okay.
Just making sure. There is some LT3 stuff going on in the chat, but it seems like it's Logan Thomas.
Sometimes I think we try too hard with nicknames. I'm out on F1. I'm out on Scary Terry. Like, stop it. He's Terry McScorin, and Logan Thomas hasn't done anything yet to earn a nickname.
You know who else was out on nicknames? The Washington football team themselves, Matthew.
That's actually correct. Rightfully so.
We're getting rid of all of them. Okay. So there is one tricky thing we need to realize here. So we spin the wheel for each pick. Because we have the 101, we're picking on the turn, which means we're going to have to go bang, bang with a couple of these prompts.
Field Yates, by the way. Field Yates, amazing NFL insider, my podcast co-host on the Fantasy Focus 0610 podcast, also my partner in crime on Fantasy Football Now every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
Look at those.
Do you want me to file Logan Thomas 101 to the news desk, which is when Field breaks news, like him or Shefty or Mort or any of our NFL insiders, when they break news, that's what they have to do. They have to file it to the ESPN news desk. So Field is asking me. So first off, thanks for watching, Field Yates. I appreciate the support, my friend. I'm going to say thank you, but no.
Field, just Matthew put on earmuffs. Field, you definitely need to run that. That is breaking news here on the stream. All right, we are going to spin here. Twitter is already buzzing with Matthew Berry's new 101. What a time to be alive. Matthew's like, this is an awful idea. How did I ever agree to this?
1,000%. When do we get to bail? When do we get to autograph?
All right. You must draft a player that plays the same position as the pick immediately before your pick.
Okay, so whoever picks 12, whatever or I guess 2, right? Because it's a snake draft. We're doing it snake.
Yes.
Okay.
So Rothy here at 211 will dictate that position. But I say because it's going to be tight and we already know what we have to do for this one, I think we spin for our 3-1 pick as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
All right. You must draft a player that plays the same position as the pick. All right. We got that. Let's see what we got here at 3-1. People saying Yates has nothing else to do on his Labor Day weekend, but watch us draft. Ooh, okay.
All right.
We can do this. I am familiar with the Thursday game. Are you familiar with this one, Matthew?
I believe it's Kansas City, Houston, right?
Yeah. The Super Bowl champs, maybe?
Yeah. Exactly.
So in this range, so we're going to be picking at 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Hopkins he does not play
no
on
longer a Texan.
No longer a Texan. Mahomes is going to be there, maybe?
If Mahomes is there, I think we go Mahomes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
or we could go Kelly. We could go with the rare tight end, Logan Thomas, Travis Kelce to start. Just get them all the draft and strategy. Be one of those teams that just drafts like 6 tight ends.
That's right. We've all experimented with the robust tight end strategy. The only problem is Kelce normally doesn't make it back to this spot, but maybe everyone's feeling generous tonight. Well, maybe do you want to vouch for like Khalil Waring or a tight end to go for the Logan Thomas Khalil start?
That's also an interesting idea. Let's see if Mahomes makes it to us.
Okay.
Let's see if Mahomes makes it to us. I assume at this point CEH is gone. Like, I know the screen is up in front of me, so I can sort of see the draft, but I'm also half blind. By the way, Field Yates offers some feedback here. He says, Peter is doing great. I've seen better from you. Both true, by the way, both true statements.
There we go. I mean, I'm throwing you off your game. Yeah. That's what the randomizer does here. Okay, so this is the position we have to watch here for Rothy.
Okay.
Because we have to draft from the same position. So he takes the tight end. Kelce is gone. Are you a Mark Andrews guy?
I'm a Mark Andrews guy. I assume Kittle's gone too at this point.
Kittle too. Yeah. So we could go Mark Andrews, Patrick Mahomes, bang bang here.
Do it. We're at the whims of the randomizer wheel.
Normally I don't like to handcuff my tight ends, but the one game that Logan Thomas is on bye, Mark Andrews could fill in nicely for him.
There you go. Boom shakalaka. We're winning this prize.
Uh-oh. Matthew, look what I just noticed. Both of our tight ends have week 8 buys.
That's all right. So we'll get a third tight end. We can get one more. We got one more round, right? We can do a third tight end.
Has bye-week Twitter ever come after one of your teams?
No, not like they will today. It's not.
Bye-week Twitter is ruthless, man.
Yeah, it's only 6 guys with a bunch of different accounts. But yeah. Bye-week Twitter is pretty vicious. I think the reason why Field is so impressed with you is because he understands how difficult it is to host a show with me. He understands the challenges inherent in that. So
I've learned a lot from Field. I've been studying the tape. I know where Matthew's going to go. I can zig when he zags. I'm ready to anticipate it all.
Smart. Very, very smart.
All right.
Can I tell you my favorite Field Yates factoid? I'm talking about my – so Field Yates makes his home in Boston. I don't think that's a big secret, where he lives with his wife Chapin. And because his job demands him to be in Bristol for many days of the week, sometimes he will spend the night in a hotel instead of making the 2-hour commute back and forth. And so this came up on the podcast the other day. Field in a hotel room will make his own bed. Field will wake up and make the bed in his hotel room. It's the most Field Yates thing ever. If you knew Field in real life, it's the most Field. It's just like Field's attitude is like it's a day setter. Like it sets the tone. It's a tone setter.
Is he? It sounds like he's a sociopath.
A little bit. I'm glad you were able to determine that. All right.
You must draft a player who you think is bitter going into the 2020 season. So I think this is like chip on his shoulder type.
Sure. All right.
So we have a little bit of time here. We have to be.
I think Juju at the top. Juju would certainly, make that list. I mean, I think. Let's see. David Johnson. I see him down there. He would qualify. I think. Todd Gurley would qualify. Le'Veon Bell would qualify. It's people that I think that are bitter.
So it's all the running backs I normally don't like to take are the ones who are bitter heading into this season.
Of course, that's why you don't want to take them because they're bitter because they were terrible last year. Who's the highest ranked quarterback available?
Let's see. Dak. Dak can't be bitter. He heard he's everybody's QB3.
Well, we have Mahomes. I mean, what are we doing? Are we doing? Do you want to do another quarterback here? I was thinking a running back. Who's the highest? Beckham. Beckham has definitely got to be bitter.
He's very bitter.
Yeah. To me, Beckham or Juju feels like a
actually
way to go.
Matthew, is there anyone who's more bitter than Leonard Fournette right now?
I mean, probably the people that drafted him.
No way, man! Didn't you hear he's on the Bucks? He's a top running back.
He's not bitter at all. He's got a shot at a ring this year. Field texts me right now. Field clearly watching this show. Says tone setter, establish the run and set the damn tone. There you go. That's what he does when he makes his own bed in a hotel room.
Establish the sheets.
Establish the sheets. There you go. Someone trademark that before Evan Silva gets that.
Oh, I mean, they release a new podcast every day with some new spin on establish that. They'll have an establish the sheets bed making podcast by tomorrow morning.
1,000%. 1,000%.
We're getting. I think Le'Veon Bell is probably the most bitter guy, right? Oh, did we freeze? I think we froze.
No, I'm here. I got you. You were freezing for a second.
Okay, sorry. We're just establishing the internet connection. We're back.
Right.
I'm going to spin here for the second one. I think Bell is the leader in the clubhouse for bitterness. Are you on board with that?
He's bitter, but I'm trying to. What about? Do we think Tyler Lockett could be a little bitter? He had that awful month. You know.
That's true.
Metcalf. Can we make that argument?
Did someone just take him?
No! People sniping us.
They are. That's what they do.
Are these animals sniping us?
They come in here to make our lives miserable.
Fair enough. Joke's on them. I make my own self miserable so much more than anyone else possibly could. All right. So we're doing the next thing too.
I think we're going to do – someone took Lockett, so I think we have to go Bell. And then this next one is you must draft a QB with the same bye as a QB you've already drafted. They're going to try to make us double up on buys again, Matthew. Their bye week Twitter is going to come for us.
It's fine. You know what? It's totally fine. Tell you what, we're going to crush every other week except the week that we have everyone on a bye.
We can get Dak.
Yeah. Who has a bye? I don't even know what Kansas City's bye is.
So Patrick Mahomes is week 10. Dak is week 10. Matt Ryan is week 10.
Oh, give me some Dak.
Dude, this is how you win fantasy drafts. 2 QBs, 2 tight ends, log out.
Absolutely.
Look at this.
Should we spend our money that we're winning on this already? Should we just spend it now?
I think we should. So, Matthew, I'm going to take you out. I'll win $20 here. I'm going to take you out for a nice fillet of fish if we can win this.
It's fantastic. I'm very excited. Field Yates wants to take you out too.
Does he?
All right. Boston area. No, he legit wants to.
All right, Field. We will do it. We will do it. Okay, this is breaking news to the ESPN news desk. Matthew Berry says the dominant drafting strategy for 2020 is 2 QBs and 2 tight ends in the first 5 rounds. File that, Field.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. So this randomizer team is good. It's one of the good ones I've seen. Am I lying? Well,
you've done many of them. This is my first one.
Tell the people about this draft you're doing later. Now I want to let them in on it if you can.
Well, no, it's just my it's a league that I was in last year, or a version of a league that I was in last year that Field and I do with a podcast with a bunch of friends of the podcast, and we usually publicize it, but this year we're not. It's just we're for a variety of reasons we're not publicizing this particular league, but we're playing it out just for fun because we all enjoy playing fantasy football together. So Field's in it, Stefania's in it, and a bunch of friends of the podcast are in it as well.
There you go. It's points per bed making league, and Field is going to take it down.
Yeah. You guys have no idea. I mean, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. All right. We're going to spin. We're 14 picks away. I'd say it's time to turn this team around, but it's already on a championship trajectory.
Has anyone had dropped out because they just realized for the week 5 bye? All right.
Okay, you must draft. This is bye week Twitter's worst nightmare. This team.
God. Who do you think is the the sort of the flag carrier for bye week Twitter? Like, who's the biggest? Right, because I know there's certain pockets of fantasy Twitter, like the heavy T Twitter, and then the zero RB Twitter, and then there's Denny Carter's Twitter, and then there's all the anti-Denny Carter Twitter, and then let's see, I think Matt Kelly seems to exist in his own Twitter. I like the Podfather. Let's see, there's a lot of, and then of course everyone that's there for your counselor posts. So a bunch of different factions of fantasy Twitter. There's the DFS guys. There's the snobs. There's the people that are in high stakes league, the high stakes snobs. Then there's the people that make fun of the high stakes snobs. And then I think the rest of fantasy Twitter are just people that work for FTN, right? I think it's just
that's all of them.
That's the other half. That's the other half, I think. So
Matthew, that was like the version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off where she's like, and there's the geeks adore him, the jocks, the goss, you just listed off every single faction. But to answer your question, bye week Twitter, to me, they're guys with numbers in their username, and they normally have sunglasses or a photo of a dog in their avatar. That's bye week Twitter.
Interesting. Fair enough. Makes a lot of stuff. So who has a bye on week 5?
It's the Lions.
That's the only team?
I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find another team.
Okay.
We got.
So Galladay gone? Marvin Jones is gone?
Yep. They're gone.
Should we go? We go Stafford, I suppose, because we have how many quarterbacks can we have? Is it super flex? I haven't looked at the rules on Underdog. What are we doing here in terms of what is it? Super flex?
It is not super flex. So it is 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, half point PPR.
Right. Is Marvin Jones around, or is someone taking Marvin Jones? Huh?
He is gone. It's the Packers and the Lions are our 2 week 5. These guys in the queue are our options.
Okay. Those are 2 teams. I guess Swift, and listen. Anytime you can get like a third of a team that doesn't run a bunch, a third of the running back committee of a team that's going to throw a lot. I think they were like bottom. I want to say off the top of my head they were something like bottom 12 in rush percentage last year.
I say we do it, and also it's like there was
the first 8 weeks when Stafford was healthy. They were like, I want to say they were bottom 12. I could be wrong about that.
Ooh, okay. So we are going to DeAndre Swift. We have 30 seconds to draft a player from Matthew's love list, your recent love-hate column. We need to move quickly here.
Do we have Robert Woods? Do we have Cooper Kupp? Do we have Michael Gallup? Do we have any of those guys?
Those guys are all gone. We might need to go a little deeper. I'm looking at your list now. Lazard's on your list.
Lazard made the list.
I'm putting
Lazard
him
made the list. Okay.
Let's see.
Anthony Miller around if we're going a little bit deeper.
Okay, let me look at Miller. Yes, do you prefer Miller to Lazard?
I do.
Did I get him? Let's go, Peter. We got it.
There we go. That's some fast typing.
Wow, that was under the wire.
Are you wearing jorts? What are you wearing?
Oh man, this is supposed to be like one of those newscasters that doesn't show what he's wearing down below. I'm just supposed to have my fancy floral polo. They're just gym shorts.
Okay. Thanks for dressing up.
Little white thighs for the stream there to keep everybody.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I got some sun today. I'm a little crispy.
Yeah. Were you at the beach? What are we working with here?
I'm at the beach. Yeah.
There you go.
So a little crispy. Spent my Labor Day out in the sun, socially distant from everyone.
There you go.
Just me, myself, and updated ADP. Just a guy sitting on the beach by himself with a phone, scrolling through Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I just drafted or realized? Our running backs look like we had a randomizer prompt that was you have to draft back-to-back running backs with an apostrophe in their first name. Le'Veon Bell, DeAndre Swift. I mean, that has to be worth something.
Yeah. I think it's worth the price of admission to this thing. Is anyone watching other than Field Yates? Is our entire audience just Field Yates?
Right now, I hate to put a number on it. We have 364 people watching live that are neglecting their families as Labor Day weekend winds down.
Nice. Okay.
It's nice. It's nice. Normally my streams 5,000 to 10,000 concurrent. Right. Little step down for me, but we'll get by.
I feel you. It's all right.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh.
So what's the story behind Varsity Pizza here?
Varsity Pizza is my favorite pizza place at Syracuse, New York, where I went to college. I'm wearing a Cuse hat right now. So Varsity Pizza, right there, it's sort of in Marshall Square. It's a legend. It's an institution. I went back to speak to Syracuse students last year, and the first thing I did was grab a couple of slices at Varsity. So a player that I would like to, let's see, who do we have? What position do we need?
Probably not quarterback or tight end. Pretty covered there.
Yep.
I would say we need some wide receivers.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see who we got the wide receivers. I'm gonna wait. I see a guy there, but let's wait till it's our pick because all these people are sniping us left and right.
We gotta play coy. Tell me about is this Varsity Pizza? Is it greasy? Is it thin crust?
No, it's medium crust, medium-sized crust, but it's definitely greasy.
Okay.
It's definitely greasy, but it's pretty good. But there's a wide range of wide receivers there that I think are really interesting, right?
Yeah.
I think that are pretty interesting. So what pick or how far away are we on this pick?
We are 8 picks away, so we have to dodge some snipers.
Oh, do we want to do the next question too? So we can, because we have to go back to back.
I think that's a good call. Also, Sal asked, what is the 101 for you of pizza toppings?
Well, I mean, anything that's Logan Thomas flavored, obviously. I'm a pepperoni guy. I'm pretty simple. Just kind of right down the middle there.
Okay. You must draft a guy that shares a first name with a member of the Avengers.
I'm thinking about it. So this is a tough one.
Yeah.
So just go through that. So here's the Avengers, like Thor, right. Tony Stark. Like no one has name an NFL player named Tony. Can't think of one. Like Tony Dorsett. Can we get Steve Rogers is Captain America. Clinton Barton is Hawkeye. Probably not gonna go with Natasha Romanoff. What?
The chat is screaming Tony Pollard.
We could go Tony Pollard. If Nick Chubb were still around, so Nick Fury, is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's in there. Like I'm thinking like Ant-Man is Scott Lang. Probably not an NFL player named T'Challa.
Hang on real quick, Matthew, because we have to do the first one first. Who you'd like to have a slice of Varsity Pizza with.
Is Deebo Samuel still there? I want Deebo Samuel if he's still there.
No, he went. He went. How about do you have any love for
Sterling Shepard? How about Sterling Shepard or CeeDee Lamb or Preston Williams? I like Preston Williams.
Okay, let's do Preston. I love Preston. He seems get off Sterling. Whew, I did it.
Okay.
All right. And
Tony
then
Pollard, yeah, I mean, like it's best ball. So I mean, like, listen, if something were to happen to Zeke, obviously, Tony Pollard would be huge. I'm trying to go through the other names of the Avengers. I'm trying to. What's Falcons? The Anthony Mackie plays Falcon, and I'm blanking on the character's name. Falcon's character's name.
Ooh, see, this is where I get revealed as not a deep comic book.
Am I allowed to Google? Am I allowed to Google? Is that like against the rules?
No, it's fully. I normally use the chat as my Google, but you are fully welcome to Google. People are saying LaVisca Falcon. LaVisca should.
Oh, Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson.
There it is. Sam
Wilson. I think, yeah, it's trying to think. Not a good NFL player named Sam. I mean, I guess you got Curtis Samuel, but Tony Pollard's probably better.
Well, we drafted Pollard. We were up against the crunch. Pollard was the resounding suggestion.
Okay.
I should also just give you one fair warning. Laviska Shenault has become a cult hero of this stream, of this show. If at any point it's an option to draft him, I'm just saying the chat would tend to like that. It's your information to do with that. Are you in or out?
I'm Team Laviska.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm fine with it. You bet. I think Laviska made my. I think Laviska either made my 10 list of 10 or he made my love list. So I am pro Laviska as a elite run flyer this year.
There we go. All right. Draft somebody who you both think dresses as well as Field Yates.
Here's the problem. No one does. That's what's annoying. I mean, there's a lot of annoying things about Field Yates, but one of them is that he is impeccable as a dresser. And I will reveal something for the first time that I've never revealed publicly, Peter, to you and your faithful randomized viewers.
Yeah.
Field Yates is my spirit animal. He's my spirit animal when it comes to clothing. I cannot tell you how many times, and Stefania gets mad at me because I will come to set and I'll say like, Field, which tie? Like, I won't ask Stefania. Like, I'll ask Field, like, which tie, which pocket square do these shoes go? Like, I always consult. Not that I'm anywhere in his, his sartorial reputation or universe, but I do always ask his advice. He dresses great. Cam Newton would be my, it seems like the obvious way to go there in terms of like who's just an amazing dresser. He's not Field, but he is certainly stylish.
Do you guys have stylists at ESPN, or does Field dress himself fully?
Field dresses himself. I mean, even when there'll be times when Field and I will have to come in on a weekend, or we'll come in for Sunday mornings when we do Fantasy Football Now. We'll come in at 8 a.m. right, and so we have sort of a pre-show meeting, and I come sort of dressed, but Field will come in sort of in casual clothes because he's driven 2 hours from Boston, and then he'll go change. Even when Field is Sunday morning, he's been up since 5 a.m., he's in a nicely pressed shirt and really cute shorts that match the shirt and really hip shoes. It's ridiculous. He always looks like $1 million.
I know, and I follow Field on Instagram, and I'm always scrolling through, and I think it's like an advertisement for some influencer on Instagram because I'm like, this just looks way too good and way too polished to be Field just casually throwing up a post.
Yeah. Field literally was born with a sweater around his neck.
A little pocket square in there coming out of the womb.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to hope Cam Newton falls to us here. We might need to consider a backup plan, but until then, let's see what our second prompt is for our 11-1 pick. This also insulates us if we get Cam against our double week 10 buys there, which is real.
Smart.
Okay. Draft a player who had a quiet 2019, but you think will make noise in 2020. But Matthew and I must discuss the pick as if it's an ASMR plus fantasy football podcast.
Okay.
All right. Who do you think might bounce back this year?
Well, let's look at some of the running backs and wide receivers.
Okay. We probably still need wide receivers, so that might be a good pick. Curtis Samuel could bounce back, right?
Sammy Watkins. Paris Campbell. There you go. Paris Campbell is going to bounce back. And N'Keal Harry. Those are two guys that I think will bounce back after 2019.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry he did nothing last year.
No, nothing at all except get hurt.
So we are going to get Cam Newton because he dresses almost as good as Field Yates, but then who do you like the most of Sammy, Paris, and N'Keal?
Well, we might as well stack Cam with N'Keal Harry.
Oh my God, Matthew, that is brilliant.
I'm just saying.
You said you haven't done best ball drafts, but you're already thinking about stacking.
Obviously, if we're gonna we've got this crushing, amazing strategy. Yeah. All quarterbacks and tight ends. And so,
the only thing is, are you worried that you're going to wake someone up in your house? I just feel like you're being a little loud.
I might be. My daughters have school tomorrow, so.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind being a little quiet. for everybody. We did just draft N'Keal Harry. We got him.
Boom shakalaka. There we go.
Look at that. Look at that. The sartorial ASMR stack.
Peter, when you guys do these drafts, do the people the people that are drafting on Underdog or whatever, do they know what's going on, or are they just like, this a-hole doesn't know what he's doing? Like because imagine if you're drafting, you have no idea what's going on, and someone takes Logan Thomas 101. You know what I mean? What? Do they all know? I mean, is this filled with people that are watching this live stream, or are these just people that are on the site? Do you have any sense of that?
Yes. So I would say generally, like in this league, I would guess like 10 or 11 people are aware of what's going on. But to your point, I have done the streams where there has been a chat for the draft and someone is like, what the hell is going on? Mike the Hitman from the Fantasy Footballers and I took Devin Asiasi in the second round, and someone in the chat was like, what the hell is going on? Did I miss news? Is he the next Gronk? So yes, they can be very confused.
No, but to fair, and I think this is important to bring up here, because I know the footballers really well, and their podcast competes with ours. And I think it's important to let everyone know that they're very high on Asiasi. Like, that's a second round pick for the footballers. That's what they've told me. So I know for anyone that doesn't listen to the show, that's the kind of advice they give.
Well, that's what they do. The footballers pushed Devin Asiasi, and then Matthew Berry storms in and says, hold my beer,
No.
Logan Thomas 101.
Logan Thomas. That's right. Take that, Hitman.
They think that they can just own the podcast charts with their early round Asiasi. No, Matthew Berry.
Absolutely not. The old guard is still sticking around. They're not knocking us off the top just yet. I love those guys, though. I think they do a really good job. Jokes aside, in case anyone thinks I'm being serious, I think those guys do a really good job.
They do. When I had Hitman on this podcast, I was having a rough show, and I had to step away from the computer for a second. And when I watched the clip back, he told my audience that I was awful at hosting my own show, and he was right. But I've gotten better.
You totally have. Listen, if I can make it, anyone can. Yeah, I got a face made for radio and a voice made for mime.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Oh, must have drafted a player that was an undrafted free agent.
Whew. So one guy I have been taking in a ton of drafts that's gone is Phillip Lindsay. He is a very nice undrafted free agent here. I would say we still need wide receivers. Maybe the chat can help us out a little bit here.
Yeah.
This can be tricky. This is where my my lack of encyclopedic knowledge for every single one of these prospects is going to come into play here. Maybe the chat. They are all pushing for perhaps new Jacksonville starting running back James Robinson.
Yeah, sure.
Lazard.
I mean, if we need a wide receiver, Lazard would be the guy. Robinson is getting some buzz. I think it's going to be a committee. I think it's going to be Robinson. I think it's going to be Ozigbo. I think it's going to be Thompson. And then at some point, Reichwell Armstead will show back up. I know Marone said he'll be out for a while today, but, at some point he'll show back up as well. So that's a backfield ideally. Ooh, Darrell Williams. Oh, that's a great call, PM Owl. That's a great call, Darrell Williams. He's going to – don't you think? Because he's going to vulture some touchdowns from CEH if anything were to happen there. I love Darrell Williams as a call.
The mentor. We're calling him the mentor for when he mentored Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that one year they overlapped at LSU.
Right.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of good options here. Do you know what, Matthew? We love Underdog, but they don't even have James Robinson in the system yet.
Wow.
Yeah. Underdog.
Someone send that to customer support over there.
CC Nick Rudman, what's going on, man? We need our James Robinson in here. Who do you prefer if both of these guys are here? Lazard's on your love list, but you seem very excited about Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams is mentioned in the love list as well, and he's in 10 list of 10 as well. I think the upside of Darrell Williams over Lazard.
Yeah.
So I would, yeah.
And it seems like Darrell Williams could be in a 40-60 split with CEH early?
At least initially. I mean, the thing is that in terms of and I've talked about this, Field and I've talked about this, right, is that the most important thing for Kansas City is they have to protect their $500 million quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, and so Darrell Williams is a good blocker and knows all the schemes, and CEH may not be up to speed on all the protections and all the calls just yet. So, does Kansas City even need to run the ball? Like, couldn't they just go out and throw? I mean, like, they don't need to run the ball. They could throw the ball 50 times and win going away. So I do think Darrell Williams probably gets a little bit more run initially than CEH. It gets more a run initially than you may think. And I think he'll vulture some touchdowns. And obviously, he's impressive. He's important insurance.
Matthew, I hate to burst your bubble, but did you see our next prompt after we picked?
I think anyone that saw me in Avengers Endgame knows I'm not that good of an actor to be able to pretend to enjoy drafting LaShawn McCoy.
Matthew, you are, though. I just saw you do ASMR. We have 30 seconds here. Look you just said the number one goal for the Chiefs is protect their quarterback. LaShawn McCoy could be the man who protects Tom Brady. I am excited about this pick. I'm going to fall asleep tonight dreaming about this pick. Get on my level, Matthew.
All right. Well, this is exciting because you know what? When you think about the Eagles and the Bills and the Chiefs and the Buccaneers now, there's been so many teams that LaShawn McCoy has played for and so many fan bases that he's disappointed for. Feels like we can really get an entire nation behind this team, Peter Overzet. We're going to get Bucs fans and Chiefs fans and Eagles fans and Bills fans and people that hate the Avengers movies. We're going to get those fans as well. We're going to be people that like healthy scratches in the Super Bowl. We're going to get all those people to support this team as well. We've got a lot of ways to go here.
You didn't think you could get there. You sold me. The role of the lifetime. Matthew Berry plays himself in a world where he likes LaShawn McCoy. The Oscar goes to.
And
that's there was no method acting there. You really had to work hard to get into that role.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew, we just had our 13th round pick, which means we have 14, 15, 16, 5 more picks.
By the way, that's appropriate range for LaShawn McCoy. Still probably a little bit high, but
that's more positivity. He has an ADP on here of 210. We took him at 145, and you don't think it was too early.
Right. He's no Logan Thomas.
He's no Logan Thomas. I mean, that is the one thing we might do is their back-end developers might be looking at these overnight ADP shifts being like, wow, Logan Thomas, hot riser, ESPN News Desk. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we're working with here for our next one.
How many people are watching now? Have we lost?
We're down to 264. We're down to 264.
All right. By the way, we can talk about the fact that you're starting to write the newsletter now.
We should.
Yeah, pretty good. Peter Overzet is writing the Fantasy Life newsletter. Does a great job with it every day. It's a 100% free newsletter. It comes into your inbox every morning.
Yep. We're getting under. I have a week under my belt. We will share a link soon, getting some of our ducks in a row. But I've been writing that newsletter, a nice little mix of information, some jokes and stuff, and hitting your inbox every late morning.
Okay, I saw that. Okay, so wait.
Here we go.
Put one player Matthew hates and one player he loves in the top of the queue in that order. When on the clock, Matthew needs to give 10 reasons to draft the player he loves. Otherwise, auto-pick the hate player. Okay?
We can do that.
I don't know if anyone's left on the love and hate list. I mean, let's
see here.
Brashad Perriman, I think, made the love list. Who else did? I saw Ian Thomas there. Just what position do we need?
Let's see.
We need wide receivers still, right?
We need wide receivers pretty bad.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got the article pulled up here. Let's check in on some of the wide receivers. We could get deep with Russell Gage. He'll be there.
Right.
We already took
Gibson.
Gibson is gone. You like T. Higgins. He'll be there.
You know what I think you have? I think you have the love-hate. Is that the actual love-hate, or is that the love-hate after the NFL draft? Oh, that's the NFL draft edition. That's the one that I did right after the NFL draft.
I have the current. I need the current one. Brashad Perriman.
Yeah,
could fall to us.
Scroll down. Let's see. I think.
Are you still in on Gage?
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll get volume there, but keep going. We don't.
We're getting deep.
We are getting deep. Van Jefferson, I didn't make the love list, but Scott Miller. Put Scotty Miller there. That's he made my 10 list of 10. I do like Scotty Miller this year.
Okay.
But Perriman did actually make the list. Perriman did actually make the list.
Real quick,
best ball pick.
Who's someone you hate up here?
Oh God. I mean, probably Mike Williams. Like I don't think any of those guys made the hate list because they're all so low. I try not to say like I hate the guy going in the 15th round because you're like,
guys. The chat is screaming for LaVisca, but I believe he's already gone.
Yeah, look.
He's gone, guys. We're not getting the dance party tonight. I'm sorry. Okay, we are on the clock here. Quick, you need to give me 10 things about Brashad Perriman that you love.
All right. He was awesome down the stretch last year. Sam Darnold has no one to throw to. His first name is Brashad. He'll make Ravens fans really angry because they wasted a first-round pick on him. His last name is Perryman, which rhymes with Berryman. He'll make Adam Gase's eyes bug out. Who doesn't love Fireman Ed? Maybe give Fireman Ed something to scream for. Done.
You got it. You must draft a player from the same position as the person who drafts before you. We're the person before you, which means we get to draft a wide receiver. Which one do you want up here? Anyone?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. Done. Boom.
Bingo, bango.
There you go. Whew. Look, the chat is going to come after me. They were going to say I was a little too lenient. They're going to say you only got 8.5. But when Matthew comes on my show, nails ASMR, nails the acting role of a lifetime, and then gets 8 out of 10 with Brashad Perriman, I mean, we're sending him through the acting ringer tonight. This is like master level school of acting.
Correct.
See, Matthew, people get so mad at me when I don't respect the wheel.
Rothy, respect the wheel.
Rothy's in our draft.
Yeah, come on, Rothy.
Come on, Roth.
Respect.
Okay, here we go. We've started to round out our position groups nicely after our IT quarterback tight end.
Is that the word you really want to use now, Peter?
We're still acting. Describe this team as if you think it could actually win, and believe it.
Okay,
believe it. Here we go.
Well, the obvious. I don't even know who's on our team. The obvious is we're strong at quarterback. Obviously, with Mahomes, we've got Dak Prescott. Strong at tight end as well with Logan Thomas. This draft's someone better than TMR on the dance floor at a wedding. Field Yates, we discussed this on the podcast as well. Field Minister Yates will vouch for me here. I'm pretty good on the dance floor. Now, understand, I need to be, highly lubricated at the time, but I'll get out there, and it helps if I'm with my wife, Beth. I really outkicked my coverage when it comes to my wife. And so generally speaking, when we're on the dance floor, no one's looking at me. They're all looking at her. And so so I don't know. I don't know if there's someone better than me on the dance floor at a wedding currently available in our draft.
Well, I want to know are you kind of like this kind of guy? Are you the kind of dad like doing the, the bus driver?
No, I'm like that. I'm just sort of, no. I just try to go along with the music. Try not to. So it never do the shoulders. The shoulders are the bad giveaway. So just try to keep the shoulders straight. Hands do a little bit of this, but no whatever.
None of this. We coach you through a good dance.
But hands down by your waist, and it's more about the legs. Yeah. More about right.
How's that?
A little bit of that. Try to be in rhythm and try to get there and again try to like. I'm just sort of like, no, nothing like that. Come on.
Okay, sorry.
No one wants to see that from me. But what I will do is, again, I sort of just try to compliment my wife, my beautiful wife. So
yeah. Okay. So it does sound like this, like you said, is a high bar to clear.
Yes, sir.
But we need to find someone who we think could, let's just say, be on your level on the dance floor. What about one of the fastest men in the league, John Ross? I'm picturing him kind of doing a slide on his knees, like across the dance floor, maybe using some of that speed.
I certainly like that idea. Is Jalen Reagor still out there?
He's gone. What was the thought on Reagor?
Just another speed guy, just another guy. I mean, he's not John Ross, but like, I think just, Reagor's going to have a better year.
Larry Fitzgerald, he has a lot of weddings probably under his belt.
That's true. I mean, listen, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I think when it comes to dances at weddings, I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer. Ask anyone. Don't ask anyone. Just take my word for it. But yeah. No, yeah. Larry Fitzgerald, let's do that.
Okay. I think that it stands. I mean, wouldn't you say there's natural talent, but then there's reps? Matthew, he's had his 10,000 hours. When you've been alive for as long as Larry Fitzgerald, you've been to a lot of weddings.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. What other wide receivers do we have?
We have to build the case for, Mohamed Sanu. The Patriots brought him in because he could catch, he could be emergency quarterback, and he could dance. I mean, I'm just trying to make something out of nothing here.
Well, yeah, Sanu is no longer on the Patriots. He was released. We should draft someone that at least has an NFL job at the moment.
That's fair. That's fair. It looks like we will get one of Fitzgerald and Ross, both who are bound to crush at a wedding.
All right. Is that all? Is all we have at wide receivers? Can you do the screen? Let me see the screen here.
Sorry.
See what we got.
Fitzgerald, Ross, Renfro, Westbrook. But again, it has to be the dance prompt.
I mean, Renfro. Well, I guess Fitzgerald is on my level. I do love Renfro.
Okay.
Let's tell you a funny kind of Renfro story. I met him at the NFLPA rookie premiere.
Yeah, Matthew, sorry. Let's just do this other one real quick, and then we have a second. But we have to draft the player with the 7th highest ADP left at any of the positions. So at quarterback, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Trubisky. Running back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Devonta Freeman. Wide receiver, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Mohamed Sanu. Tight end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Jimmy Graham. Which one?
Give me Trubisky, as long as we're picking bad Bears.
Boom. Hang on. Get it. We just stacked Trubisky with Anthony Miller, a double stack, Matthew.
Boom, shakalaka. Boom, shakalaka. And you know what, Peter? Jimmy Graham's still going to be there for us. He'll come back around.
You can wait for that stack.
Okay, I think we can get Jimmy Graham in the next round.
All right, tell me the round.
I like the idea. It's like, they had Mahomes and Dak, and they went, Trubisky?
You got to insulate yourself from injuries and bye weeks.
That's right, 100%.
Let me hear the Renfro story, though. Sorry.
So, no, it's just like so at the NFLPA rookie premiere, it's where kind of a lot of well-known rookies, offensive rookies, come and meet a bunch of the sponsors that work with the NFLPA. And so it's like, it's like Pepsi and Panini trading cards, et cetera, et cetera. And so one of the ones is Madden, right? And so at this event, the players all learn their Madden score for the first time. And then they do some stuff that they use for social, and they film them learning their scores and all that, right? So they use it, for social and video clips and that kind of stuff. And Hunter Renfro, I met some of the Madden adjuster guys, and they told me that Hunter Renfro, everyone complains about their number, right? They get their Madden rating and they always complain. And they told me that Hunter Renfro is the only player in NFL history to complain that his speed rating was too high.
He said it wasn't realistic?
Yeah, he said he's like, come on, man, I'm not that fast. Give me something to shoot for. Give me somewhere to go. He was legitimately upset. He's like, I'm not that fast, guys.
That's what is the term for that? That's a grit. He's gritty. That's what a gritty wide receiver wants. They want a place to reach.
I got to interview a bunch of them. I mean, I get to go there every year, and I interview like the top 40 rookies every year, thanks to the graciousness of the NFLPA. And I have to tell you, Renfro was one of my favorite interviews that year. Just a really, really, really self-effacing, charming, guy. Very funny.
He had a great rookie season.
He did.
Really good.
He did.
All right. The final prompt, Matthew, you have made it. The final prompt of the randomizer season.
Okay.
So our Hunter Henrys, our Evan Ingrams are long gone.
Eric Ebron?
Eric Ebron is gone. Let's see. I'm going to start scrolling through here.
Yeah. What position we probably need another either running back or wide receiver, I guess, right?
Yeah. I would say probably in a perfect world wide receiver. Oh, Chase Claypool. Bingo
to the bango.
That could work. Do you think in any chance he gets a little run this year, or a project?
I think there's a chance. I mean, you know, the problem, of course, is that they're just so loaded. But listen, anytime the Steelers draft a wide receiver, you sort of pay attention. I think I like Chase Claypool's tape that I've seen, from his college tape. So I think he's a talented player. I know they like him there, obviously, but they got a lot of mouths to feed because you've got Juju and you've got Deontay and you've got James Washington. And I do think Ebron gets more looks than we would probably like,
All right.
There.
I found a couple other options in the applet. Trent Taylor in Dolphins fins up rookie Tua Tagovailoa.
Trent Taylor's sort of interesting because they have so many injuries in San Francisco. I'm really bitter that we didn't get Debo.
I know.
I mean, I don't care. Trent Taylor or Chase Claypool, I think both. We don't need one more quarterback.
I can't convince you to do 5 quarterbacks. Let's do – I liked your case for Trent Taylor. This is our arbitrage Debo Samuel.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. They just don't have a lot of guys there, and I know that they liked him at the beginning of last year. I'm in a dynasty league. I won't out the person, but I'm in a dynasty league with one guy who's obsessed with Trent Taylor, and we're in a league chat, and this one guy just defends Trent Taylor and posts Trent Taylor news all the time, and we all give him a hard time about it. He's a very good sport about it. And so just anyway, he's got an unhealthy obsession with Trent Taylor.
There you go. The dynasty league we're in together, you have Debo. I remember being upset that you got him before I could in that league.
Yes, and then he got hurt, but now he might be back. So
be good. As tradition,
we drafted that in the spring, and so it was before his injury. Yeah. So I paid full price on Debo.
It's all right. He's a talented dude. All right. As tradition, I need my guest, Mr. Matthew Berry, to recap.
Wait, Peter, I think you may have screwed us here. Go down.
Yeah.
We only have 2 tight ends, and they have the same bye week, right?
The randomizer never let us draft another tight end. The thing is, do you know what kills so much about this, Matthew, is this team would have won if it just weren't for this double tight end bye week. That's really what sunk us. Let's do the recap. I need you to go put on your acting skills again and make the case for this team winning this league.
Okay. First off, obviously the best quarterbacks in the league, right? I mean, when you think about Mahomes, you think about Dak, you think about Trubisky, think about Cam. You've got all players that have been the number 1 quarterback in fantasy at some point in their life. With Trubisky, I think it was just the 1 week that he threw the 6 touchdowns. But whatever. You've got 4 number 1 quarterbacks there, right? So whatever. Trubisky beat out Nick Foles. He can certainly beat out the likes of Cam, Dak, and Mahomes. All right, so then you think about our running backs here. And look, so Tony Pollard and Darrell Williams. Basically, we're in an era of COVID-19, right? So everyone's going to get a chance. So it's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Some of our backups get shots. And so we've got the lead running back of the Chiefs and the Cowboys at some point this season. You think about Le'Veon Bell on a mission. His rap album just came out. He's feeling good about himself. Listen, you always have a good year when your rap album comes out. Peter, you know that better than anyone. And then let's see, our wide receivers here. Preston Williams, N'Keal Harry, Rashad Perryman. I mean, we're the picture of health. I mean, you're looking at all 16 games from all these guys, right? So that's the problem here. Justin Jefferson, Larry Fitzgerald, Trent Taylor, we are solid in the middle of the field. Name a team that's got a better slot group than we do. All right. So, and Anthony Miller. I mean, we might be the fighting slots, honestly. Might be our team name here because we're that good. And then obviously, Mark Andrews, I think, has a chance to finish as the number 1 tight end in fantasy. He was on the love list. He would have qualified in a bunch of different ways. And let's face it, Logan Thomas, the actual 101. The man that will redefine the tight end position, Logan Thomas, the guy that, listen, I've heard a rumor. I'll break this news here first, Peter.
Do it.
The Washington professional football team, a lot of people were like, well, why haven't they come up with a nickname? How come they haven't come out with it yet? And I believe it's because they think what they have in Logan Thomas is so special that they want to wait till the end of this year, and they're going to be Washington Thomases. That's what they're going to do. They're getting all the URLs, they're getting all the trademarks, but they know that this guy is going to be so good and blow up so big. It's going to make Kelsey look like just a bust. They're like Gronk who, you know what I mean? Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, punks, pikers. Because Logan Thomas is the guy that is going to make people forget what a normal tight end is. That's how good he is. So they're the Washington Thomases. That's how excited they are. The entire offense run through him.
We started this stream with people doubting the ESPN breaking news story, Logan Thomas is Matthew Berry's 101. But when you really understand it in the frame of reference that they're going to change the team name after him, it all makes sense. Matthew, I know you have a draft to get to. Thank you so much for joining us on the the season finale of the Randomizer. Get us with the plugs here. We got the newsletter going. We got ESPN. We got Fantasy Focus. What's up?
Fantasy Focus Podcast, Fantasy Show on ESPN Plus this Sunday. Fantasy Football Now, 10 a.m. Eastern to 1 o'clock up until kickoff. Field Yates, Stefania Bell, myself, and a cast of thousands over there on the ESPN2. If you need alerts, if you want to find out anything, the Fantasy Life app is 100% free, and I don't know why you wouldn't download it. And anyone that that needs some help, I know we make it look easy with the Randomizer Best Ball Draft, but for those that for anyone that needs additional help, rotopass.com. They go to rotopass.com and they use the promo code NOHUSTLE, all one word. They get 10% off at rotopass.com. So promo code NOHUSTLE.
There you go.
Thank you. I agree with you. This was one of the best randomizers, and I've seen none of them.
That's how we like it. I'll do a couple more streams here before the season starts, but man, this has been fun. Thank you guys all those Thursday nights throughout quarantine coming and hanging out. Thank you to Matthew for making the time, and we will see you guys next time. Good luck this season, and remember, Logan Thomas is your 101.